In this video, we're going to be discussing the NBA Draft Lottery and why it exists. For new fans of the NBA, the concept of a draft lottery can be confusing. Other professional sports leagues like the NFL don't have this type of thing, which makes the NBA that much more confusing when you are first examining it. However, the reason for the draft lottery isn't that difficult to comprehend. Before we get into the detail of why the NBA Draft Lottery exists, 99% of our viewers who watch our videos are not subscribed. Please can I request a small favour and ask you to subscribe in order to help grow the channel and produce increasingly better content. Now back to the NBA Draft Lottery. The NBA Draft Lottery has the intention of randomising the chance of getting the top draft pick amongst the NBA teams with the worst record. When the NBA was first created, teams were given their draft position depending strictly on their record. The worst team in the league for the previous year would be given the top selection in order to improve their organisation. The goal was to drive parity across the league. The problem was that teams were beginning to tank intentionally. It started to throw off the balance of the sport, and fans weren't enjoying watching certain teams intentionally lose games all season to get the best player in the draft. The NBA Draft Lottery is a deterrent against tanking. So, how does the draft lottery work? It's surprisingly simple to understand. A league official places 14 ping pong balls that are all numbered 1 to 14 to represent the 14 worst teams in the association, usually the ones that miss the playoffs. A machine will then spit out a ping pong ball with a number. Now it should be noted that the worst 3 teams in the league that year will have the same chances of obtaining the number 1 overall pick, all of which are higher than the teams better than them. It should also be noted that the worst overall team will not drop further than number 5 overall. Moving forward, each team is presented with a combination. The worse the record, the better the odds. The first 4 or 5 teams to complete their combinations get picks going up from 1 to 4. After that, the rest is determined by the final record. There are 100,001 possible combinations of ping pong balls. For example, if you are absolutely the worst team in the league, then you will be given 140 combinations, where if you hit the first one, you get the top overall selection, thus netting you a 14% chance. If you are towards the bottom of the lottery, like 13 and 14, you will only be getting about 5 combinations to hit on. This is a very fair way to organise it, and while some people don't prefer this method, it does help stop tanking in the league. Sometimes the impossible happens in the draft lottery. This is when a team with a semi-competitive record but misses the playoffs comes into the lottery and wins the top selection. If you enjoyed this video, then make sure you check out our video on how the NBA draft works.